The era of software as a service is over. We have entered the era of software as a weapon. When you look at Claude Fable 5 or GPT 5.6 Soul, you see a chatbot. You see a tool to write code or draft emails or generate images. The Pentagon does not see a chatbot. They see an intercontinental ballistic missile. Frontier AI models are no longer consumer products. They are sovereign national assets. And the battle to control them is triggering the largest geopolitical arms race since the Cold War. Look at the underlying economics. To train the next generation of models, you need the equivalent of a nuclear reactor dedicated entirely to powering NVIDIA Blackwell clusters. This is no longer venture capital territory. This is nation-state territory. And that is why the Silicon Blockade has begun. The United States government has effectively weaponized the semiconductor supply chain, blocking the export of advanced AI chips to China. But geopolitics is like water, and the compute is finding a way around the dam. To bypass the blockade, Chinese tech giants are quietly routing their operations through Southeast Asia, leasing massive offshore data centers in Singapore and Malaysia to train their models just outside the reach of U.S. sanctions. But the arms race isn't just happening across the Pacific. Look at the desert. The Middle East is quietly becoming the third pole. In the AI war, sovereign wealth funds in the UAE and Saudi Arabia are liquidating oil assets and converting them directly into compute. They are building massive sovereign data centers and hoarding GPUs at a scale that rivals the American tech giants. And when they run out of space and power on Earth, they will go to orbit. SpaceX is already designing the AI-1 compute satellite orbital data centers that will leverage the cold vacuum of space for cooling and uninterrupted solar power to run AI clusters in the sky. Which brings us back to Silicon Valley. For 20 years, the culture of tech was pacifist. Don't be evil. Build apps, sell ads, disrupt the taxi industry. That era is dead. We are witnessing the greatest militarization of Silicon Valley in history. Look at Project Maven. What started as an experimental Pentagon drone vision program that Google employees protested against has now been fully weaponized by Palantir. The Maven smart system gives military commanders a god's-eye view of the battlefield, using AI to automate the kill chain in seconds. And it doesn't stop in the war room. It is walking on the battlefield. Ghost Robotics has already mounted the Spur sniper system, a 6.5mm automated rifle, onto the back of their quadrupedal robot dogs. While the public debates the ethics of AI chatbots, defense contractors are deploying four-legged autonomous snipers. Simultaneously, companies like Anduril are taking over the IVAS program, equipping frontline soldiers with augmented reality helmets. These aren't VR headsets for gaming. They are AI-powered tactical overlays that use computer vision to instantly detect and classify threats in the dark. When OpenAI quietly deleted their policy against military use, it wasn't a mistake. It was a declaration. Project Glasswing, the secret defense initiative, is just the tip of the spear. The leading AI labs realized that selling $20 subscriptions to consumers is a distraction. The real customer is the Department of Defense. This changes everything for you. If you are building a startup on top of these frontier models, you are building on borrowed time. The compute will prioritize national security over your SaaS app. The models will be restricted, fenced, and classified under the guise of safety, while the true, unthrottled intelligence is deployed in war rooms and orbit. The AI that will write your code is the same AI that will pilot fighter jets and control robotic snipers. You aren't a customer anymore. You are a civilian living in the shadow of a digital military-industrial complex. Subscribe to follow the resistance.